and welcome everybody to Devonius's Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new NECA Ultimate Art the Clown action figure from Damian Leone's Terrifier. Very, very cool. I saw this figure when it was first revealed by NECA, and I was thinking, like, man, I don't know anything about Art the Clown, really. I mean, I knew that everybody was... A lot of horror fans were very divisive about Terrifier. Like, a lot of people were like, oh, it's just gore porn, or like, oh man, I love the Terrifier movies, I love art, and I honestly didn't really know where I stood, because again, I had not really seen, like, the Terrifier movies, but I wanted this figure. It's just jam-packed with accessories, and I just think the character was cool, so popped on Terrifier one day, and I liked it a lot. It was very much a slasher love letter. It felt like very much in tone with what I like about slasher movies, and I liked the character too. I thought it was different than most of the other proclaimed slasher icons, and I like Terrifier 2. Haven't seen Terrifier 3 yet, but yeah, seeing Terrifier was enough for me to decide I'm definitely going to get this, because I'm not really one of those people that gets figures from licenses or franchises that I don't know anything about, so I kind of wanted to know something about this guy, obviously, and I wanted to give the movie a try, just beyond the aesthetic, cosmetic appearance of Art the Clown as a character, and, for the purposes of this figure. And for the review, I wanted to make sure I kind of knew what I was talking about. So here we go. Outside the packaging. Pretty cool. Turn to the side. You got this figure portrait here. Profile on the spine. Turn it around. We got this great collage of all the different poses and stuff that you get Art into with all of his different accessories. His weapons of murder. Includes multiple interchangeable expressions, alternate hands, arsenal weapons, and accessories. That is true, very much indeed. You can see here he comes with a bunch of accessories on the back of the packaging here. Turn to the side on the spine. Got another profile there. Very cool. Top of the packaging. We open it up, and this is what we got. Very cool. And you can just see he's got tons of accessories, tons of different hands and stuff. Very, very cool. I'm excited to get this guy open. Let's check it out. So, getting the guy out of the packaging, here he is, Art the Clown. Pretty cool, man. I really like the print on here. The articulation is fantastic. It just looks awesome. Like, I kind of messed with him a little bit before I brought him in front of the camera, and he just looks great. I mean, I don't know. I was really excited about this figure, and now I'm even more excited. It just looks so awesome. It's got this, like, little frill thing here. It kind of moves around on the figure. It's got a neck joint, plus, like, a head joint. He's got a removable faceplate here. The hat is on there. Looks really good. Looks kind of like the material of the hat in the film, so that's really good. It's kind of an advantage, I think, over the Mezco Art the Clown. It's got about this much in the elbow articulation. Regular neck articulation, just kind of goes back and forth. Good articulation in the legs, which is pretty cool. You can go down about that. Oh, actually, you can go a little bit more. About that much. And feels like the ankle might be on a ball joint or something, which is nice. You get a good range of motion there. And there is definitely a separate torso inside of this, like, kind of softer plastic torso covering, part of his jumpsuit. And so you can get a little bit of movement out of that, too. Very nice. I'm not going to take all the accessories out, just because there's a shit ton. But what you're kind of getting here is... This is, like, his, like, whip that he uses with all the different accessories and whatnot on the end there, which is really crazy. I remember seeing him use that in the movie was insane. Just really brutal. And this little, it's like a little, I believe it's some kind of carpenter tool. It's got some rust on it. I think that's really neat. Whatever this is called. Whatever this is called. Kitchen knife. Another big butcher blade like this one. Kind of like a tomahawk. We've got, like, a hammer here. Got all the different hands, open hands, scalpel holding hands, gun holding hand, another gun holding hand, knife, hammer, chopping, wielding hand, same thing over here. Got this, like, little knife. We've got this little thing, which, if you wanted, I also think that Jason uses something like that in Friday the 13th Part 2 at the very beginning of the movie to avenge his mother, so you could use that with that if you wanted to, too. Scalpel, handsaw, gun, drill. Got this little doll from the woman who believes that it's her child in the first Terrifier movie, which is pretty cool. I like that they added that. And then all these different faceplates, which I just think are so cool. This is very, very cool that we're getting different faceplates for this character. Definitely needed. NECA bringing the sauce for sure. So lots of accessories, and you can even tell on the back of the packaging there, it said, what did it say? It said arsenal of weapons and accessories. Not even like specific weapons. Usually they say like, oh, axe, machete, sword, gun, whatever. But nah, they couldn't even list everything that this guy comes with because he comes with so much shit. So very, very cool. One thing I didn't mention is that he also comes with this trash bag, which, you know, he has in the first movie quite a bit and puts all of his weapons in. And this is also great because it's kind of similar to the Game of Jaws NECA Ultimate Bruce that I just reviewed, in the way that it has storage, built-in storage with the figure. So you can put a lot of these weapons in the bag, just like you can put a lot of the accessories into Bruce, which is awesome. Kind of gives some place to put all these. I'm not going to put everything in there because I don't want paint scratching all around in there and stuff, and I want to easily access it. And this is a plastic bag, so it's a little bit hard to get it to mold to the way that you want it to look, you know, to try to get this, like, bag that's lied down with a lot of heavy materials in it kind of look. But yeah, so many accessories. He looks so good with all of them. The face plates, the range of expressions you're able to get out of this figure, the different hands, the whole different objects, all the different objects that he has. NECA went all out. Basically, what I'm saying is I really like this figure, and I'm very glad that I picked it up. My only real complaints with this figure is I guess it would have been cool if he came with that little clown horn that he has, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I know that he uses that a lot in the movie, and it would have been cool to get that, but we got so many accessories. That's honestly just like a nitpick. That's just a personal thing I would have liked. But he has pretty much everything else that you could want, and, you know, it scales with the NECAs. It's got this great hunch to it as well that the actor has, and you get so much range with the neck joint and everything. Along with the expressions and everything, this really does feel like the total package, at least for the cost, you know? Like, you're paying like 35, maybe 40 bucks for this, and I feel like you're really getting a lot out of it. I mean, the paint looks fantastic. The accessories are off the charts. You get different hands, different faces. It's also great, too. I like faceplates because although it's starting to become a thing and not just, like, boutique toy company circles, so to speak, it's becoming more common in regular toy lines from, like, Hasbro or, like, NECA and stuff like that. It's kind of starting to get around to that point where we're getting to see them more frequently. But it's great to see that here because, you know, it makes me a little bit nervous always popping off heads so often, so frequently. I don't like doing it as much, especially if you have, like, a figure with, like, a delicate, like, headpiece or something like that you're just, like, scared of putting pressure on. You don't want to break it. And that's not exactly the case with this here figure, but, you know, the faceplates are really easy to plug in, really easy to take out. You just got to grab the chin, pull it out, and plug it back in. It's really not hard at all. So NECA did a great job. There's also a bloody variant of this figure that is Walmart exclusive as of right now, and I've heard that it should be available at other retailers soon, but I don't know if that's confirmed. I heard that was, but that's a possibility for anybody that wants the bloody variant. I don't think I'm going to spring for the bloody variant because I like this figure. I collect other figures. I don't need every, you know, little bit. I'm not like a Terrifier mega fan, so I don't need both versions. I might spring for the Santa, Terrifier 3, Art the Clown, but time will tell. We'll see about that. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the review. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you're a fan of the Terrifier movies, if you like this figure. If I've convinced you to get this figure, if you have this figure, let me know down below what you're thinking. And Devonius, out.